Hello, welcome to our training session. In this session, I wanted to show you how to create a calibration specification templates. So what happens when you select a calibration spec templates into your equipment master or instrument master records? This gets carried over to the calibration records. Each time you create a calibration record, the specs template would be copied into the calibration records, and the person who is doing the calibration work would have to enter the results as per the templates, so that there is a built-in consistency of the results when the calibration work is done. Besides that, it makes easier for data entry and creating the calibration records. So you don't have to spend time formatting or creating any calibration certificates. The system will create the calibration certificate after the data entry is complete. Let's get started. I'm going to log in as an admin user, because you need to have the admin permissions to build the calibration spec templates in the calibration management modules. As you can see, after I logged in, I'm at the in workspace. Then I'm going to the calibration and PM management homepage, and I'm going to click on the settings button, and then I'm going to click on the spec um, calibration spec setup options. As you can see, I have already created a list of specification templates which are showing up here, but for this training session I'm going to add a new template and show you how to create one. I'm going to click on the add template options, and as you can see, there is option to create a new templates by copying the data from an existing templates, or you can create a brand new ones. So let me do a brand new one first. So we'll use this template for an instrument which is a pressure gauge, and let's say I need 3 points for as founds, and I need 3 for as left, and minimum data points. You can specify how many data needs to be collected when doing the calibration work. So let's say I want 5 here, and I want 5 here. You can make it, let's say I want 8 here, and unit of data is PSI, and it's going to same for the as left also. So when I click OK, as you can see, my blank template has been created. Here I'm going to enter the specifications. We'll specify the values for both as found and as left conditions, and I for this instrument I'm going to um, make a requirement that the results would pass when the average falls within this range. Let's say this is a 10 psi, 10% would be 1. I want my data to fall within this range, and 50% would be 5 psi. I want 4.5 to 5.5. 90% would be 9 psi. So let's say I want between 8 and 9, between 8 and 10. Same thing, I can copy it here, and I can specify the minimum values, maximum values if these are critical instruments, so that even if your average passes, your minimum should not be below this or maximum should not be below this. You can do that, or I can set up a spec for my difference. Let's set up the target, and always you can click on the help icon here. You'll see the formats that are to be used for data entry. Let's say I want to specify that my difference, the absolute value of the difference, which is target minus average, and I'm not going to select any correction factors, but I can still select the data I can enter for the environmental temperature and pressure and the humidity. And here I can add notes that this certificates are the notes that you want to appear in the certificates, and also you can add additional comments that would you would need to appear on the certificates. So I'm going to save this one, and as you can see, I just created these templates, and now I'm going to show you how to attach these templates into the equipment master records, so that each time you create a calibration records, this templates appears for data entry. So now I'm going to click on the calibration management homepage, and I'm going to create add new equipment, and I'm going to enter the required data field here. And again, the data or the labels that you are seeing here can be configured as for your business requirements. Um, we will cover in another training sessions how to change the labels and how to change the values that you are seeing here. All these are configurable options. And now I'm going to enter the required field here. As you can see here under the calibration auto schedule and spec template options, here in the first section I can set up the auto schedule template options. We have covered this in another training sessions, but in this session I'm going to show you how to select a cal spec templates here. So I'm creating yes, and I'm selecting the new templates that we just created. So as you can see, after I selected the cal spec templates, the template has been inserted into the master records, and I'm going to save this. As you can see, I created a new equipment master records for this gauge, and under the spec templates I have attached the calibration spec templates. And now I'm going to create a calibration records for this instrument and show you how the calibration records carries by default the templates that we just attached to the master records. And here I'm going to click new for the, as you can see, I created a blank calibration record. I'm going to enter the required fields here. Now I'm going to release this calibration record to the um, owner who is assigned for this calibration work, and I'm going to click on submit, and I'm going to submit for release. As you can see, this calibration record has been released to this person. I'm going to log in as this person and show you the next steps. So as you can see, this was the calibration record we just created and released. So I clicked on this one. So now I am at the home page of the calibration record, directly at the calibration records, and I can go back to the equipment record from here. But I'm going to enter the calibration results. Let's say I am the technician who has been assigned this work. So I'm going to add the actual dates when this calibration work was completed, and if there is any reference standards I used for these ones, I can show it here. If I have multiple reference standards, I can select that, and here I'm going to enter the actual data. So let's say I found 0.99, and you have to give a comma when entering the data. And here, as you can see, as soon as I clicked another field, the calculation has been done, and the results are showing here. I'm going to enter the data here. As you can see, if it failed, the spec for average is showing fail, and if it failed for the difference also, it's showing fail. So I have completed my work, and at this time I'm going to submit for review or closure. If I have approval requirements set up as for if I have approval requirements set up as for the company procedures, this is going to send it to the approvers for review. If there is no approval required, then this is going to close the records. As you can see, this got closed because there is no approval requirement set up for the calibration records. And now I can go ahead and click on the print options. I can print the certificate. As you can see, I clicked on the print certificate options, and the certificate is by default printed based on the data entry that was done during the calibration records. So this is a very powerful option, so you don't have to format or create any um, certificates, or you don't have to spend time to build any certificates. So as soon as you complete your calibration records and the record is closed, you would have the certificate available. And you can see that the notes which we created during the creation of the templates is coming in the calibration certificates, and the certificate dates are available, and when it's printed, and the print date is also available. um, That's all I wanted to show in these sessions. Thanks for watching this video. Look forward to seeing you in the future sessions. Thanks again.